Huh. That was kind of cool.
That's awesome.
Did you see it? Did you see it?
Yeah, yeah, that's so cool.
Yeah.
I
So.
just like my character like totally just beat the shit out of Katarina. That's so
Wait. I
awesome.
forgot who I was. Was I TF?
Yeah, you're
I
TF.
think. Okay. Wait. Wait. Who were you? Were you Nocturne?
I think I was Garen.
Oh, you were
I'm not for
Garen.
sure.
Uh,
Yeah. Oh, so cool.
Yeah. I was Nocturne. So I mean TF. It's an honor. Oh
It is
my.
an honor.
That's
That's pretty neat. Who
yeah.
was it that made that?
My buddy that goes to Baylor, who's in their film program, put that together. I don't really
That's
know.
awesome.
I don't really know what he used to do it, but I mean, it's kind of cool. I mean, I'd, I give him props for that.
It adds more to the epic music indeed. I
It
give him some
does.
props for sure.
Yeah, it makes it look nice. I mean, that's all that matters. We finally have video, everybody. We're taking small steps,
Baby steps forward.
but
I'm about that.
baby steps. We're not showing our
But my
faces yet.
body.
We're not. You're not ready. You're not ready to see our faces. You don't know what we look like. Actually, you know what Stomp looks like, but you don't know what I look like. So you're
Dun
not,
dun
you're
dun.
not ready. Your body is not ready yet.
But my body. But my body.
I don't know
Uh,
what the heck like you've been eating today, or like it's like
it's just
you've been this just portable like church choir. Like you've just been singing. Just you've
I'm
been
just in a good mood. We get to do our show. It's snowing outside where I live. I love Thursdays. They've become my favorite day.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's a good day because I got my new computer parts in. So
Did the rest of it come, or
yeah,
does it, you still wait on the rest of it?
it actually just came like 20 minutes ago, and
Oh,
yeah, it's pretty nice. I'm glad that I finally got my new computer. I'm building a new streaming rig. It's pretty awesome. I spent a lot of money on that thing.
probably have some more video coming up for our future shows.
Yeah, maybe some webcams, some. Oh, speaking of which, so do you guys like the idea of doing a kind of like tournament style? Maybe not maybe not Snowdown because I think it's going away pretty soon here. Maybe even today.
Yeah, it's going away very very shortly, like in a couple
within the
hours.
next but I mean, hope maybe season 4 will be out by then. I don't know. But I think we should do a Beyond the Meta tournament, like, either 1v1 or 2v2, especially when Chamber comes out. That'd be kind of cool. And I think
I'm really excited for that, man.
yeah, I know. It looks really awesome. But, like where you and me could maybe do some, like, commentate the matches or something, have like a tournament with like a prize, maybe riot points, maybe even more than riot points. I don't know. Like, the sky is the
I'm down with
limit.
that.
That'd be kind of cool.
Some viewer competition.
Yeah, and get a bunch of
Think that they
people
can
to
take us
sign up.
down?
Maybe even find people that aren't necessarily regulars on the show and get them to sign up. Give them a reason, like a prize or something. Then they'll figure out about us. You and me can commentate it. We can make it into an episode one week. I don't know. It could be cool. I think it'd be fun.
I'm with it.
Yeah, so that's awesome. So for those of you who do not know what we do around here, is we are a League of Legends based podcast, and we allow people to get in raid call with us. So if you go to raidcall.com, download it. It's kind of like Ventrilo, kind of same idea. And you type in that number I got up on the screen, and you can jump in with us. So that's kind of cool. I mean, we'll get y'all in here and let y'all ask questions. We'll even let y'all do some voice with us too. So I mean, we're pretty much just hanging out with y'all, just having a good time. So that's all I
Best
got.
thing to do.
Yeah,
Hang out and talk about our favorite game.
that's right.
Well, maybe not our favorite game, but a game that we all
Right.
can't stop playing.
I mean, when you have a
Just
game
kidding.
that one day makes you extremely happy, but like an hour later makes you want to punch your monitor, I don't know if that would be able to be listed as a favorite game. I don't know. Maybe.
I mean, it's kept my attention and saved me from spending a lot of money on other games. So over the past
But
few
then
years,
again, I have spent a lot of money on this game.
that is true. That's true. It's a double-edged sword. The mastery.
A double-edged trolling sword with a lot of troll.
Speaking of trolling, quick update for everybody who doesn't follow Derp Troll on Twitter. They are bad mamma jammas. They are like the kings of the internet. If you guys are familiar with our show, our special edition Monday, we talked about how Derp Troll took down Riot servers and were just constant DDoS and anything that Phantom Lord played. Well, since then, the freshly accumulated Derp Trolling 48,000 followers on Twitter,
Wow.
and they take requests on the spot. Like they have a phone number on their Twitter information, and you can text them anything that you want them to troll. So, being said, they are basically the gods of the internet. If you look at their scroll feed, they are working. Well, supposedly, their staff, quote unquote, is working like day shift, night shift, and all kinds of things just to keep stuff down and blowing up.
Wow.
And it's just craziness. They've been updating the feed all day. Like they've been taking stuff down constantly since the Phantom War incident. They just have like laid off of League. They laid off of it, or League has found a temp fix for it. They've been taking down BlackLotus.net all day today. Still stuff from EA, doing all kinds of crazy stuff, and it's really interesting. So we'll see how that unfolds.
I don't ever remember anything like this happening in the time that at least I've, been knowledgeable of things like this. Where someone goes up and is just like, here, give me requests. Like, I know, like, League servers have been taken down a lot, but not to the extent of people allowing you to text in your requests. Like, that's ridiculous. I don't know. That's pretty awesome. Not awesome,
have you looked at their new Twitter background? It's hilarious. It's a bunch of DDoS nukes, and it's like firing down on Linksys routers. It's hilarious.
Oh, really?
Oh, their Twitter page is funny. But it just blows my mind because they have 48,000 followers now, and they just made this Twitter like 2 or 3 days ago. Like that's crazy. Obviously, that's what Twitter is all about, is getting that following and getting that out there. I guess that's why they targeted Phantom Lord's stream. I mean, it kind of shows some legitimacy to what Phantom Lord was saying, because he was acting all innocent and sincere about it. They've kept the show going, and they've not involved him at all, to our knowledge. Maybe they really were just using whatever top League of Legends streamer was going on right now, because
yeah,
they needed to get some kind of audience somehow. So definitely succeeded in gaining an audience, that's for sure.
I mean, there's one thing, though, that still kind of bothers me about that whole situation, and that's just, I read this article the other day. I think it was on GameSpot, and it was a guy that kind of took the opposite approach to the whole Phantom Lord should not, or not opposite approach, but like opposite of what Phantom Lord was trying to do. Like, Phantom Lord treated it as like an entertainment value, and like, hey, look, this is going on. I got a lot of viewers. I got to stay online, which is kind of understandable from that standpoint. But this article kind of took the whole, he was doing it regardless of him, he should not have been doing it. Like, he should have gone offline. And, the article kind of just illustrated that it was irresponsible of him to continue streaming and almost kind of...
The Game Informer article?
Yeah, or maybe it was Game Informer.
I agree with that one 100%, because someone, it basically said Twitch or himself should have taken down the stream right there on the spot. Is that the one you're talking about?
Yeah. That's the one I saw. I fully agree 100% that it was irresponsible of him to continue to stream. I understand that you had peak viewers. I understand that you broke the record for the most viewers for one streamer. But, like, think about it. If he would have he kept going and things kept going offline, and he made the remark on one of his videos after the fact that he said that he felt like he was a hostage. No, you're not a dang hostage. Come on, like all you got to do is click offline. Bam, you're not a hostage anymore. So stop acting like it. Like stop making excuses. You should not have continued to stream. I don't care what you say. They would have maybe found another streamer, okay, but if assuming the fact that all the major streamers just kind of went offline, then it might have been a better day for League of Legends. You see what I'm saying? I don't know.
So ultimately, they might not have even been what they are now had they not been able to continue as long as they did.
Yeah, 120,000 people.
Yeah, they needed those people to start spreading word. Like I know myself personally, I was contacting my friends in real life who are like, good on the interwebs, and was like, "Have you seen these guys? They are crazy," and they had no idea what was going on. They don't even play League or nothing like that. And they're just internet guys, people that like farm bitcoins and stuff, and they get on there and see what these guys are doing, and they're like impressed, Like, man, these guys make Anonymous look like bitches, and I'm like, whoa, don't be shooting shots like that now. But they're really, really good.
They'll take you
like,
offline.
Yeah, I know. Like, don't be saying this shit on my phone. Now my cell phone's not working. I've had this conversation with this guy. It's like legit won't turn on or off. I don't know what's up with that.
They
but
found you.
I know. I'm afraid. I'm really scared.
That's funny.
There's any tips or tricks to why my iPhone isn't turning on or off now? Please let me know. Just stay in black screen. But anyway, back to
Anonymous is hacking iPhones now.
Yeah, Derp Troll, stomp a little phone offline. Somebody sent him a request. No.
That is funny.
No.
But so what we were saying about how the cops got involved, I was kind of reluctant to believe that the cops were involved because of the stream issues or because of League of Legends issues. And I was right, because after the fact, it turns out that during the time that he was streaming and all these hackers were in his channel, his information was leaked online. His phone number, his house address, all that stuff was leaked online. And so somebody thought it would be funny to call his local police and tell them that he was holding 5 people hostage inside of his house during all of this. So, I mean, the cops
they sent him a video too.
Yeah, the cops showed up and essentially handcuffed him and put him in a car for like 30 minutes and until they sweeped his house and all that. It had nothing to do with the hack or anything. Like I kind of knew it. I mean, local police doesn't get involved with stuff like that. It doesn't even matter what you're taking offline. Unless you're taking down, the Obamacare website, which doesn't work anyway. But if you're taking that down, then maybe they'll start sending people to your house. But not League of Legends. I don't know why the police would get involved in that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. They probably look at it from had it been like a riot, contact them. These people are, because it is actually against the law. There is an actual law, and in the Constitution where you can't DDoS people. Like you can't cause that disruption of service. So
yeah,
they could essentially be what they were looking for if they were contacted. But anyway, the Bantam Ward stuff is, there. I think we posted the stuff on our Facebook about the videos and his follow-up stuff. But I think that we should maybe touch base on this ESEX 2013 League Awards. Have you seen this stuff? I'm not really sure what's going on with it, or if it's troll. I think it might be troll because it's like Best Bench Award goes to CLG, 6-way tie. Best Throw goes to Vulcan.
I have never even heard of this website, Esport Express.
I think it's a troll, like 1,000%. But
well, the website looks
hilarious.
legit. I've just never heard of it before. esportsexpress.com. I've never. But yeah, it does look kind of funny. The best bench is CLG. Best throw, best. Oh. Loco won best example. Award for being the best deterrent to kids dropping out of school to go pro. For those of you who don't know what Loco did, after his team lost and all that, he got really depressed. He went back to Korea, and he made this little video log about, or vlog. I don't know why I just called it a video log. A vlog about, you know, how depressed he was, how his parents yelled at him for whatever reason, how he's just so sad, and how he thinks he wants to kill himself, but he's not gonna kill himself. Like, I don't know. It was a really depressing emo video. It was really sad to watch, but
It was pretty sad.
it definitely deterred me from dropping out of school. I can guarantee you that. Any part of me that wanted to drop out of school to play League, I do not want to do that anymore. So,
Well, he made it
so
sound
thank
like he
you,
had like
Loco.
some kind of full ride scholarship to God knows what. But I don't see how that's even like possible considering like how he follows his stuff up. Like I think that's all just gibberish. Just like an emo guy. Like there's nothing wrong with being emo. That's just like if that's your style, that's your thing. There's nothing wrong with that. But like he just takes it to a whole nother level.
Yep.
I think he's seeking some kind of personal like satisfaction, or he's trying to like fill some kind of void that he has like with his fan base or like with his YouTube, or maybe he's just like seeking some kind of companion. Maybe that's what that guy needs, is some kind of companion. I don't know what his sexuality is, but he needs somebody in his life, I think, to ground him a little bit.
Yeah, I agree. And congratulations, Reddit, for winning Best Community. I'm gonna just take this time and give you guys a good round of applause for being the best community that gaming has ever asked for. Yeah, what he said. I'm not gonna sing.
I'm all about it right now. This coffee's out of control.
This does seem like a wow, Team of the Year, Siren.
I thought the best bot lane, the best Black Asian bot lane award goes to
They gave a best.
Bobby Bankill and not a Sermon. You know, because double lift and Afro move bot lane, and then
Favorite.
I never really thought about that until I seen this. Here, I'll link this. Hey, did you already link it in the chat for
No,
people to see?
I think they might. Yeah, I think they might have linked. Or I don't think they
Oh,
linked
yeah,
this
okay.
specific article yet. Favorite North
That's
American
hilarious.
Black Asian bot lane. That's awesome. That is really funny. I'm liking that. But
I mean, like it doesn't get more
it's kind of. It
creative.
looks like kind of like the Onion. This website. You know, like it's like he said. Nick said it's satire. So it's just kind of a bunch of bull crap they just putting out there.
How legit does this Team of the Year Siren with the SKT1?
With the SKT1 people, but they put Siren on top of them.
They're doing their little #1 pose.
I didn't even know
That's pretty good.
Siren was. I didn't even know they were still around. Like, I don't know.
Oh yeah, I played with Little Jenny not long ago actually in solo queue.
Girls can play.
Obviously,
League
she doesn't
too.
have the. Yeah. On a serious topic though, the Quantic CEO disappeared after the LOL team collapsed.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
So, kind of to run through this really quickly, the Quantic Gaming is a, kind of like a little community, I guess you can say, kind of like VVV or Solomid is like a big one, but you got this like Quantic, which is owned by this 23-year-old guy named Simon Baudriel, I think is how you say it. But he started this team up, and then he owed these people all this money, and after Quantic Esports lost, like they've been losing a lot. They just haven't won. I mean, I guess it's better to say they haven't won anything than they've been losing a lot, but
I think their all-in bet was the Koreans though, like Loco Doco and them.
yeah, and then they disappeared. They did what they did, and they're gone. And anybody who owns a business would just kind of take this as a loss and be like, "Wow, I'm done." But this guy did more than that. Instead of just being like, "All right, I'm disbanding Quantic or whatever," he took all the money that he owed the other players and he just ran with it, including $23,000 that goes to Hyun, which is a StarCraft 2 pro, who, he owes him $23,000 in salary prize money. Isn't that crazy?
Mm-hmm. Wish I could earn $23,000 in StarCraft, but that game is extremely hard. Holy shit.
Yeah, I've tried to play that game. I am not smart enough. I don't know if I'm not smart enough. I just don't want to take the time to understand.
I mean, I can play it. I'm actually kind of high rated at it, but I just can't like surpass that. I'm at that level where you have to be able to micro like a god to get any better,
Yeah.
which sucks.
Well,
so
that's how you get
it's like
good
what you
at it.
said, right? It's like what you said. It's just too much to learn, and like it's a very very intelligent game. Your
is.
brain has to be processing what's going on and like remembering timers and all kinds of stuff. Like it's just insane.
I'll stick with League and Call of Duty and Halo.
I kind of like the old school, just build a huge ass army and right click it in their base and see if you win or not.
That is
you know?
fun. That is always fun to do. Just kind of
Yeah.
mine up a bunch of guys, and then one-on-one just hash it out in the middle of the battlefield. Whoever's army beat the other team's army, you win.
Right.
But
It's like, did you ever play Warcraft 3?
no, but I
whenever
wish
they
they made a
implemented-
Warcraft 4.
Dude, in Warcraft 3, if you played any RTSs ever, like they implemented the heroes, and those heroes like leveled up. You know, that was like the most awesome thing about that game. I thought anyway. Everybody like, you either really liked having a hero or really didn't like having a hero. But
Well, that's kind of where Dota came from.
I mean, that is where Dota came from, but that stemmed from just like the map editor and an Aeon of Strife kind of following. But I just thought it was cool, like when you had those big right-click battles, because I played the old school Warcrafts, the RTSs and stuff, and a little bit of Command and Conquer, not too much, but I had the Priestess of the Moon. She
Yeah.
was like awesome, and then you could go into her ultimate ability that you got at level 6 on her. She cast Starfall, so like each enemy that was near her on the battlefield would get like a star of damage rained on it. So like if you had one of those big massive like right-click battles, and you just put her in the middle of everything, she'd just kill it all, and I was like, this is the coolest thing ever. Ultimately, it was just one of those perks of having the hero that many RTS players like bitched about.
Do you play Civilization?
No, I actually almost got into Civ whenever Civ 5 first came out. 'Cause some guys I worked with at this company called Troll and Toad. It's a gaming company, card games and stuff, collectibles. They were like big into Civ 5, but something that takes that many hours to play like one game, yeah, that's a lot. Like,
A lot more than League.
yeah, I mean it's rough enough on League. Luckily, League is actually relatively quick in terms of how fast games are played. Because in Dota, you know, a game would easily last an hour every time. Like
Yeah.
on the Dota engine in Warcraft 3 and Han and stuff like that, Dota games last forever. And you can play a League game. It takes just about as long as to pick champions before a League game's about over anymore.
You know, I've tried Dota, and it's fun and all, but it just looks different. Like, I started my MOBAs playing League, so whenever I play Dota, I just feel like Dota is just different, you know, and just dark, and I can't really see what's going on, and I don't really understand the shop. That's kind of where I'm at with Dota.
Well, Dota exactly copies the Warcraft 3 engine's like a gameplay and like game style. Like they just remastered it with those graphics and stuff. So it's easy to play it if you're really familiar with how the Warcraft 3 map was and the Heroes and New Earth maps and stuff. So if you didn't play it from that, then it's actually extremely hard, especially if you've played League of Legends, because it's such a different world. And League is designed to be a whole lot easier of a game because it appeals to like wanted to appeal. They actually split it in half. Whenever IceFrog got approached, the guys who made Heroes of New Earth and IceFrog were all like a team that worked on the Dota map, and he gave them the rights to. He had attained them, you know, over time in the Warcraft world, but he gave Han, you know, like, we did this all together. You can take the Dota game and do whatever you want with it, but we're also going to take it and do what we want with it too. So there would be no like lawsuits, and they were just like letting both companies run with it, whatever they could do. But League wanted to change it to be like more or like easier for people to get into.
Yeah.
You know, like
Which they did. They
way
definitely
more
did.
fast paced. They definitely did easily, but I just thought it was cool of him or whoever to be able to agree on, hey, you can take this and make it an exact copy, and that's fine. I'm not going to be mad at you, but we're going to take it in a different direction. So
Right.
you got to give them props where props are due.
And I actually just saw this on Reddit just now. And this can be the pro tip of the day. And that is when someone goes AFK, don't tell the enemy team.
Oh, for sure. It completely changes everyone's
Yeah.
play. Like if you know the enemy has an AFK, or which sometimes that backfires, and I'm sure people can also relate to something like if you have a 5v4, your team gets really overzealous and overconfident, and you start doing a lot of stupid stuff, and then the enemy team starts trying really hard, and they want to win that 4v5. Then that player comes back after you guys threw like an advantage, or maybe you had like a kill streak or something to that degree, and then you're like, oh, it's 5v4, no big deal. I'm gonna dive this turret too deep and die and give them my double buffs and stuff. It's okay though. It's a 5v4. Then that person comes back and they proceed to bring the game back, even and stuff. The game is designed to be able to come back from. Like they have the entire experience game.
And they've done that even more in Season 4.
Yeah, like the game is designed to bone you if you don't know how to control your lead. Like that's essentially something that like people need to learn how to do if they want to increase their solo queue game. Is you have to learn how to carry your lead to the end of the game instead of like gain a lead. Like you'll gain an advantage, like tennis. If you guys ever play tennis or ping pong, when the game's like tied at the end, you'll gain like a match point or you'll like an advantage point, and you have to get 2 ahead of your opponent to win. You can't just be 1 ahead. So you basically got to learn how to keep your advantage and then score from having
Right,
it.
because a lot of people just decide to, oh, dang, we're up by 15 kills and all of them don't have any items and I've got my Infinity Edge and Phantom Dancer and all this stuff, and all right, now we can just dick around for a while, Like that's what gets the other team back into the game, honestly. So, I mean, it's all about, like you said, it's all about taking your lead and taking even more of a lead after that, and continuing to continue to open the gap, between you and the other team to not let them back. But
Someone once said there's a difference between good players and great players, and it's great players. Good players know how to be aggressive and win, but great players know how to be aggressive and not die. But they take those risks that good players are scared to take. Like you're never going to learn and better yourself if you don't die or you don't learn what you can and can't do. So like there's always going to be like those safe, straight safe players who don't want to go all in, but unless they got the lock, if you get the lock on a kill, then someone will all in you. But essentially like poker terms. But when you play a hero that's very risk, like Lee or like a Lee, so these heroes that have like the potential to outplay hardcore, or Gragas even, like there's all kinds of heroes that can do that. Vayne. If you don't learn how to take those extreme risks and be successful, then you're just holding yourself back. Like you don't ever want to play scared. You want to play confident.
right, yeah. So I want to hold up to our end of the bargain and allow you guys to come in and do some talking as well. So if you've got something to say, then go ahead and get in raid call and message Nick, who's in our channel with us. You'll see us, me, Stomp, and you'll see Nick. And go ahead and send him a message. There's 2 Nicks in here, just to clarify. But he's the one in the channel that we're in. So just go ahead and message Nick. Let him know that you got something to say, and we'll try to get you in here, because I want to be able to talk to you guys. But there was one thing mentioned earlier about the ranks being reset, and someone kind of wanted to understand what exactly was going on there. Do we even know anything yet on how they're going to reset the ranks?
To my knowledge, it will be almost identical to what they did between Season 2 and Season 3.
Where they just divide by 1,200, or divide by 1,200 and add in your current MMR?
Yeah. There's some of my own personal speculation due to a Reddit post that Riot played over the derp trolling stuff. And like the derp trolling, lagging, and all that crap, there was like severe LP issues whenever you'd win or lose a rank game. apparently whenever you would win a ranked game, you would gain just a couple LP, and then when you would lose like extremely more. And that was obviously a problem because there was like something wrong internally. So they compensated for that and allowed people who played ranked games during those times to like earn more and lose less for like a short period of time. But a Riot employee actually said in a response, he explained how they were going to fix it and what was going to happen when you won and stuff. But he said anyone outside of the Diamond 1 divisions will have will have the normal clamp like when the ladders reset. Everyone in the Diamond 1 division or higher will be affected differently. So I was under the impression until I read that post that as long as you maintained your hidden MMR, like for myself personally, and the people that watch me, like I just play like loosely and freely all the time because that's how I am. But I didn't really care as long as I was around Diamond 3 because I heard that if you were at least the third tier in your division, like Diamond 3, Platinum 3, Bronze 3, Silver 3, Gold 3, like if that was the checkpoints and where the reset happened, so I was just floating around there. But according, to that Riot post and what he said, that means as long as you're not Diamond 1 or higher, then you're not locked in any kind of hidden MMR. You're basically just going to get reset into the pool, and your hidden MMR is just going to get multiplied by 1,200, and you'll be stuck wherever that's at.
Gotcha.
I mean, that's a bad thing, but I mean, I love resets. I wish that they would just straight fresh reset it everybody to 0.
I do too.
I wish, I would love that more than anything.
Didn't they do that right at the beginning of season 2?
No.
I thought between 1 and 2 they did a fresh reset.
There was a reset, but there was still hidden MMR. So it affected people's gain. So like players that were like 2,400. Say I would have still had my account from season 2. Like that was 2,450 MMR.
Yeah.
I would have already been up almost to like challenger level like as soon as I got in my placement matches because my hidden MMR was so high. But where I started on a fresh account, that wasn't the case. But
I do wish they would do it. The problem with doing a full reset is that it kind of concentrates people more than it would if they did this other way, Like instead of putting everyone, like it would essentially put everyone at the same starting point instead of putting everyone at like different starting points depending on what your hidden MMR is, which I mean, I guess the system is meant to help you because it's meant to keep you away from 1,200, as far away from 1,200 as you can. But at the same time, it can really hurt you, especially if you're like me and you're doing pretty bad in the preseason. Going into the resets, I might get hurt pretty bad considering that I was almost plat 2. And then now it's like I'm plat 4, almost in plat 3 promo, but I know my MMR is not nearly as good as what it used to be. So I could get pretty screwed in the reset if I don't, get my butt in gear and start winning some games.
My thing is, I would like an overall reset because of one reason, and that's because everyone bitches about the ELO hell, and some pros say it exists, some pros say it doesn't, some this, some that. There are all these different speculations, but there has been no official everyone just reset and start at 0 thing because pros and high-ranked people complain about getting stuck with bad people. So, isn't that essentially confirming that there's ELO hell? People don't want to be reset and quote unquote stuck with bad or lower ranked players because they can't win and get back up with everyone else. It seems like if you're a good enough player to be pro or be on the LCS or be high rated or challenger, I feel like that you should be able to easily go from bronze to diamond or influence your team enough to win, I would like to see what pros would actually be able to carry themselves back up to the standard because there is a huge difference between the play style and the skill level and the trust of teammates in a high ranked game, a high MMR, high tier game compared to a lower, bronze, silver, gold stature game. You can't make the same plays. You can't rely on someone to follow you up that isn't as good or on the same mindset as you. So I would like to see what a challenger player would do with a team full of bronze players, or I think that would be definitely worth the reset, in my opinion.
Yeah, definitely. I agree. And sorry guys about the time. I actually kind of messed up. I had it on I'm actually Central Time, but we decided to put the show on Riot Time, which is Pacific Time, just to kind of stay consistent with everything that they do over there and all that stuff. So I would just change my system clock whenever the show starts. But I have this program that puts the time up there for me, and I guess it didn't reset whenever I changed it, but I changed it back. No worries. It's all good. But as for the clock being delayed, that is because Twitch issues a 1 minute or so delay on all streams now, and so it's naturally going to be about a minute behind, which I'm sorry, but that's just the way it is. I'm sorry.
That's just nothing we can do about it.
That's just the way it is. I mean, that's how Twitch is doing it, so can't really complain. But I think Nick has somebody for us. I think he said that someone wants to ask a question about the rank reset.
Okay.
So if we want to grab him in there, what's up, man?
You guys doing?
Doing good. How are
Go
you?
on, McKibbick.
Okay, so I was the one that asked about the actual ELO reset. A lot of people talk about it, and even after your explanations, I still don't quite understand it because it came in about halfway or season 2. And
Your mic's cutting out to me. I'm sorry.
is it cutting out?
Just a little bit. It might just be me. I don't know.
How's this?
That seems good.
All right. Because I didn't come in till around halfway of season 2, I believe it was.
Mm-hmm.
So the soft reset, I understand the calculation is you take your current MMR, you add to 1200, and then you divide it by half. What is it like when going into the new season? What does it actually do? So, for example, I'm Silver 1 right now to like roughly 50 LP or. That's ahead of where I started when preseason started. Is that going to greatly affect or maybe negatively affect where I sit in the new?
Okay, so essentially, to try to like create a, I'm not sure what the scientific term is here, but to create our own little experiment of what your MMR will be. See, there is no definite hidden MMR. Like there is like on LOL King and all that garbage, but those aren't like specifically, those are what those websites assume your hidden MMR is, which are pretty accurate, but at the same time you can't rely on that as 100%. That'd be more like probably like a 90-something%. I mean, it's probably damn close, but ultimately, if you're Silver 1, your MMR, I don't know what in relation is 1200 to like what standing.
Silver 1 will be a little bit less than 1500.
A little bit less than 1500?
So it'll be like 1450-ish.
So all in all, I would look at it like this. If 1200 is bronze 1, then silver 1 will be 1300, gold will be 1400, platinum will be 1500, diamond will be 1600. That's how I would look at it or assume. From,
I think,
so like back in the ELO days of season 2 is what you're kind of referring to.
Well, yeah, that's how the hidden MMR works right now. Is that essentially all of those ELOs that were there back in season 2 are there still, but it's masked over with the whole leagues. So there's that other, it's like a secondary failsafe they've added into the system that prevents you from deranking if you get to a 5 on like the ranks. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
To where, like on paper, your hidden MMR is still what it would have been in season 2, your normal MMR. So instead of saying like your normal MMR was like 1533 or something like that, naturally speaking, according to the system, 1533, give or take, would probably be about gold 5-ish, like maybe halfway through gold 5, like the purest form of 1533 ELO. But since you can't derank, that kind of screws the system up a little bit because you can be in gold 5, but you can have the MMR of a bronze 1 player because it doesn't let you derank from gold 5 no matter how many times you lose. So I
hate that system.
Yeah, I don't really like it either.
I really liked how in season 2 I could see on my friends list like who was 1900 or higher, and they had like a little diamond, like I like how their portrait changed, how all that. I just liked how season 2 Elo worked a whole lot better, and there was a whole lot more stress in your mind. Like you're like, oh shit, I don't want to lose
Well, it's because
1900.
in season 2 they put everyone in a vertical. You are number 1 in the world. You are number 500,000 in the world, and everyone is in between that. And so they kind of people. I don't really know. I don't know of many people who actually complained about that MMR, but I felt like Riot kind of wanted to centralize everything into like different levels. So like everyone in plat is ranked, everyone is gold is ranked, everyone in diamond is ranked. So it's like mini leagues within the grand scheme of things. I don't know. I understand what they tried to do because they tried to do it like StarCraft did it. But I agree with you. I like where it just showed the hidden MMR anyway.
Yeah. Well, the problems I had with hidden MMR is because, like I said, I came in roughly when that was still the major way of ranking, and I would have a lot of issues because it would start you off, I believe, at 1,000 hidden MMR, and then you do your 10 placement matches, and then it would based off of that, I guess, give you a boost in a certain amount of elo. I don't know how exactly that worked, but for the past 2 seasons, when I hit level 30 in season 2, I won like 9 out of my 10 placement matches, and I got put into roughly an 800 elo hidden MMR. Well, now it is currently hidden MMR, but then in season 3, and when I guess we had a soft reset, which is what you guys are talking about now. I believe I think I won all 10 of my placement matches, and I was put into bronze 5. So I don't understand how this elo system works, because no matter how good I do, I still end up on the bottom.
Because the way
The bottom of what?
Of the ladder. So like in this season, since they added, like you said, the mini leagues or whatever, I was already at I was probably a bronze level within season 2. But with the new reset, or well, I guess the soft reset, winning all my placements matches still doesn't matter. It doesn't place me any higher. It just keeps me where I'm at.
Well, that's just because it has two checks that wins and losses trigger, and one is the hidden MMR. Just like someone can be bronze 5, and they can then be in diamond 1 challenger MMR games, because you can essentially be bronze 5, get to your promos, win as many maximum games as you can in your promo, and just you dodge out of it, and then you keep winning to get back in your promo, dodge out of it. Do that over and over and over and over again, and your MMR is constantly going up, and you're constantly playing against higher ranked players. And there are people that have done this. This is like one of the Hotshot was like one of the first people to do it, actually. He had a Smurf called Bronzy the Bear, and he never got out of bronze division, but he was like a Diamond 1 Challenger MMR player. Like his Smurf was in those games with Dyrus and all these other people, but he was actually a bronze player, technically, because he just never allowed his character to rank up in division. So essentially, it's a cover. It's like putting Febreze on something that smells like shit. Like, it's still gonna smell like shit, but the Febreze is just covering it up for right now.
Well, okay. So what you're kind of talking about with the hidden MMR is that the whole reason that they do the divide by 2 and add 1,200 is that it puts you as close to the middle as possible. So like the middle being 1,200. The goal of the system, add 1,200, then divide by 2, practically the same thing. But the goal of the system is to get you as close to 1,200 as possible. So like if you're lower than 1,200, so you're bronze 5, the system's actually going to boost you up a little bit. The natural MMR reset, soft reset, you're going to end up being higher than what you were before. Whereas if you're like gold, you're going to be lower than where you were before. Naturally, everybody is going to be lower than what they were before, just because that's the way that everything works. It puts everyone really close to the 1,200 line. Do you see what I'm saying? So that's why you went down, is because that's how it works out. Is that it tries to consolidate everyone in this middle area where everyone they're like, okay, go now try to win games and get back up to where you were before. So I mean that's generally speaking how it works.
It's a way of letting people who are ahead stay a little bit ahead, and people who are way behind and that need to catch up from a hard reset get brought way back up.
And you can catch up a little bit better.
Well, the problem with that kind of system that I have, though, is it tries to bring us all closer to that 1200 line, but that would technically reset me probably really close back to Silver 5. I don't want this reset to happen and then I win most of my promos or maybe even lose most of my promos and end up farther, like 4 divisions behind where I'm currently at. Like, that just seems very unfair. And because, like, what Stomp was saying, he was saying, because I'm in a Silver MMR, you can't trust anybody in Silver or you're just going to get screwed over every time you go in. And maybe sometimes it works out every so often, but it's really obnoxious where we get set a little bit behind, where it's practically impossible to get out of. I mean, there is ways to get out of it. Get me wrong, like that's how I got out of bronze. I went on like a 15 win streak, and that's how I made it out. And I actually almost lost my promos in bronze, but I carried myself out of it, and then I carried myself slowly through silver. But now I'm getting to a point where I'm gaining like 2 LP or so a game, and I understand it's preseason, so it's not a very big deal, but it doesn't give me any motivation to play. If I know I'm going to get set back from where I'm currently at, why should I keep trying to keep going up within the ladder?
Because
if you're only getting a couple LP a win, though, that you're getting clamped right now, that's because your MMR and your mask are at the same level. So what's going to happen if you keep playing where you're at, which is because you're Silver 1, anytime you're in a division, your MMR is close. When you're at the Division 1, like Bronze 1, Silver 1, Gold 1, you're going to get clamped whenever you reach, when you start getting near to your promo games for your division. So what I mean by that is, like, whenever you get your gold ones, like, I know that you'll make it there eventually. I mean, you have the potential to be a gold platinum player, no problem. Whenever you get there, it's gonna clamp you for those games, like, no matter what. There's nothing you can do about that. And then you just have to win out right there, hit your promos, win your promos, and then wherever you get into gold 5, you will get like 20 points a win, 30 points a win, 40 points a win. And you'll have like a boost. Like it'll give you a boost to. You'll probably even skip. Let's say you win out for right now. You win every game. You get in your promos. You'll win every game. You'll skip gold 3. You'll skip to gold 3. You'll win those games, and then you'll skip to gold 1. Like, that's how if you ride like a win streak, it's kind of like playing ranked Hearthstone. If you get on a little bit of a win streak, you're gonna get like a hidden huge LP boost. But that's why you're getting clamped right now, is because your mask and your hidden MMR are the same. So if you can just get a little spree going, a little positive momentum, it'll like pay off big time in the end. And if you actually do that before the soft reset, it'll pay off big time.
Unfortunately, the soft reset is better off for the Season 2 style of ELO than it is right now. Because, back in Season 2, it didn't matter what division you were on how much ELO you received for a win. It was just, it was just based on your MMR. But now it's kind of like, if you're in a 5 division, then you're going to get a bunch of LP regardless. If you're in a 4 division, you're going to get a little bit less, but you're still going to get a lot of LP. You see what I'm saying? Or like a 3. And then 2 and 1 is where you start getting really little LP for wins. But it's kind of more of a system than it was before. I don't know. I'm interested.
Well, the biggest thing that affects those when you only gain a couple LP a win is your hidden and your mask are at the same point. That's the only thing. Like, my accounts, I can literally go up and down like 4 or 5 divisions all the time, and I'll always be like winning. I'll always be like winning a lot of LP or losing a lot of LP every game. Like, there is no, I don't win a couple. Like, everybody that that's in here that watches me stream, you'll notice, like, whenever I get in or out of a game, I'm winning or losing around 20 LP every game. Like, there is no, like, 2 or 3 or nothing like that. It's because my hidden and my mask are, like, nowhere near close. So the only thing that's going to clamp me back down to gaining those LP, if I was to get up to Diamond 1 around 90 LP, then I would, like, when you get to Diamond 1, you start losing and winning, like 5 and 6. Like, that's normal. Like, I'll start getting clamped then. And as I go up, it'll get worse and worse and worse and worse. So that's the only time that you should be affected with the clamp, though, is whenever that's actually what I think that they were talking about on that Riot post, that the D1s wouldn't be affected by the clamp as much. So we'll see what happens with that, I guess. But anyway,
thanks for the question.
Yeah, that was a good question.
I know that was probably a lot more than what you were expecting to get, but whatever. What can you do? You got free advice.
The biggest problem is that Riot doesn't fully explain this kind of stuff. They just throw it out there and expect us to figure it out, or just deal with it.
Here's a half-page article explaining that we're gonna add 1,200, then divide by 2, and that's all we're saying. See ya. Have fun.
Yeah.
But it's all good. I mean, that was a good discussion. I'm glad we got to have the encyclopedia version of ELO, which there's a lot more to cover if we wanted to talk about ELO. Could talk about ELO all dang day.
Mm-hmm.
But instead of that, I actually have some Riot points to give away.
Dun dun dun.
So how do you want to do it? I haven't really been thinking about it, but I've got a $10 Riot point card here that I want to give to somebody.
I really like the type it in chat slowly strategy, because it keeps people paying attention.
Yeah.
We can't really say it out loud because people get the feed at different times, but the chat's all the same. The chat's on the same page.
Is there a question you want to ask somebody? Is
there a question I want to ask somebody? Actually,
we can ask,
yes.
And then the first person to answer in chat will win it.
Well, we couldn't ask it just because of the reason that I just said. They'll get it at different times. If I was to ask a question, someone might have a quicker feed, quicker stream than someone else, But maybe we could ask it in chat. I could type it out, possibly.
Okay. But do you have a good question to ask?
That's what I'm going over my head right now. I'm trying to think something off the top of my head. Should it be some kind of league history, or? Oh yeah, that's a good one. I do have a good one. All right, I'm gonna type out a question actually.
The answer is Jackie Robinson.
Oh, the dead air. OP.
I was waiting for your question. I'm typing. No, that's not the question. The weight of an African swallow is not the question.
Dun dun dun. Who was the player that cheated in the Season 2 World Finals group stages versus TSM?
Oh, that is a good one. And by cheated, you mean turned around and looked at the screen.
Dun dun dun.
It said
21.
It said versus TSM, not on TSM.
Yeah. Dyson Jelly said. Dun dun dun. That's an old school question, I guess. Since we were talking about all these old seasons and stuff.
No one's gotten it.
I know, right? I've already had people PST on raid call that they know it, but they don't want to take it. That was the team. That cheated.
Yeah, Azuba Frost was the team.
CISO second got it. I'm going to pull CISO into the channel here.
All right.
Hey, CISO, you're on Beyond the Meta. Congratulations, man. You got it.
Yay. You got $10 of Riot points. You won
Seems
$10.
pretty legit. I pulled him into the channel here, but he might have it muted, so I'll throw him back down there. Ed will send you a PST with the code via raid call, I guess. That'll work.
Already sent.
All right. Congratulations, man. The correct answer was Woong. It was actually supposed to be the original top laner for Quantic that didn't qualify. He actually played against him and Loco Doco in a solo queue match, and he played Trundle top lane with the new masteries, and it was phenomenal. But there was some kind of problem with him and his family or something in Korea, so he was forced to resign. and they picked up SK Telecom's old top laner, so it worked out. However, they did lose, and obviously everyone knows that story, I think.
Korea
But
does
anyway.
take very wow. Korea does take very honor highly. Korea takes honor very highly. So
Honor very highly. So does
I
that mean
take
that
honor very
people look at
highly.
Woong in a different?
well,
Do they look at Woong in a different way?
Yeah, they probably got really mad at him. I
mean, I would be pissed.
Yeah, don't cheat. Don't cheat in front of your you know. I don't care what you're doing. Don't cheat. Cheating's bad. Losers never win, and winners always cheat, right? Losers never
I
win.
thought you were going with like some kind of Sandlot quote right then when Babe Ruth comes into his room from his closet. Hey, what is it he says? He says something like something about heroes and legends or something.
I don't remember.
Heroes always win, but legends never die, or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, I think
Anyway,
that's
moving on.
Losers
CJ
never win,
Yentas,
and winners
Mad
always
Life,
cheat.
and Flame dressed up at an event as Blitzcrank and Ezreal, and it's phenomenal. If everyone hasn't seen that,
Honestly, it was a really good costume.
I mean, the Ezreal costume literally is like spot on. Like I can Asian people look so different with blue eyes and like hair and stuff. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
It was they're great. Also, there's a Facebook post. You know, they look more like the anime, like when they have blue eyes.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Crazy.
it's kind of weird how that works.
Well, he's also got like blonde highlights in his eyebrows on top of the blonde wig. But one of my friends actually cosplayed Cloud, and or from FF7, and that ordered the fake hair and all that stuff, and like made the big sword and all that jazz. But like cosplay is just so cool. I just think it's interesting. So seeing really high quality cosplay like this is awesome.
I love that. He looks so funny in the Blitzcrank.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if he can move his arms.
If he could, then he'd be grabbing all the ladies at that cosplay event. Because
Oh,
Mad Life don't miss. Get it? He'd be grabbing all the ladies or all the Ezreals.
I think we should end the show after that one.
Did I just kill it?
That's funny.
Asian people look so different with hair and blue eyes. Some little 2014. Oh man, I'm gonna have like
That
some
is
crazy...
probably your best quote so far.
Sorry.
Speaking of 2014, I kind of want to know, what is your New Year's resolution?
My New Year's resolution. Honestly, my New Year's resolution is to successfully grow our Beyond the Meta radio show and my personal stream to a stature of self-sustainability.
$1 million.
$1 million. No, I just really love doing this stuff, and I like being like, you know, a voice for people and being able to help people out. Because like I've been approached a lot since I started, you know, trying to do this Twitch thing, and people are really sincere and they take a lot of advice that we have, and they learn off of our show and my stream, just watching solo queue games. It helps seeing that, like, I mean, I get trolled a lot. There's a really toxic community within the diamond player community that's just as bad as bronze and silver and gold and plat. Like, there's some really messed up people, and it helps a lot of people when they see someone that's in diamond or whatever play. Like, there'll be a lot of people that'll be like, wow, this is really diamond play right now. Like this guy, they'll just be like trolling, like, just because that's what they want to do. Like, they're just mean people, like messed up people in the head. So it really helps people's play and their mindset when they play League personally. So I'm just glad that I'm able to do stuff like that.
I like Reli's New Year's resolution to get sponsored by iBuyPower and us give him a new computer.
I like that. I wish we could get sponsored by iBuyPower.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. But then again, it wouldn't really matter since I literally just dropped like $2,500 on a new computer.
Well, I'll tell everyone this. As long as you guys continue to come back and support us and help us
We'll
grow
be
and
here.
spread word.
Yep. As long as you continue to come back, we'll be here.
awesome. That's right. I mean, this is probably our lowest view count of our shows so far, but at the same time, that's fine. Like, we're going to have good days and we're going to have bad days. But ultimately, as long as someone's here listening, then it's a good day overall.
Yeah, I mean, we lost a little momentum after the whole Christmas flu fiasco and all that, but you know what? It's all about consistency, and we will be back. Right. We will be continuing to climb. And we will be continuing to trying to get the name out there. And we will be adding video, which will probably help us a lot.
Yeah, people are really wanting to see some webcams and some videos on screen and stuff like that. So hopefully we'll have that stuff soon.
Yeah. And also, I think me and Stomp are going to start shoutcasting games and constantly putting them up on our little channel here. So y'all be looking for that. Because that'll be kind of cool. That's going to be another form of Beyond the Meta content you can get, is we're going to start, commentating league games. Why? Because we want to. That's why.
I've always wanted to try to do that. It seems actually hard, but we'll see what happens.
Would you be the color man? Yeah, probably.
The color man? What's that?
No, not the colored man. The color man. Ha, ha, ha. Get it? No? Okay.
I mean, I'm the whitest black guy you'll ever meet. We already established that.
Well, essentially, in commentating, you've got the play-by-play and you've got the color. The play-by-play is the guy that... So let's give an example here. The play-by-play guy would be like, oh, and Blitzcrank's coming up the middle. Blitzcrank gets the grab. Ezreal's gonna get his ult, and that guy, and he's gonna die or whatever. Oh, and Baron is killed, and there's gonna be a team fight, and they're gonna be running away, Baron. And that's the play-by-play guy. He's illustrating what's going on as it happens. The color guy, after the team fight happens, is the guy that's after the Baron fight, and someone gets aced. Then they're like, oh well, the reason that they got aced is because. Blah blah blah.
Yeah, that would be my job.
Yeah. So
I'm down with that.
That's what color means. It means you're
dude. I'm redneck. If I was the other guy, I'd be like, oh my god, it's going in for the Baron. Holy shit, man, this stuff's getting crazy in here. Oh, the Baron was stole. And they'd be like,
they're like, what did you just say?
Let's review that in slow motion. He said something about a toilet, NASCAR, and Milwaukee's best. I don't even know.
And they're rounding the turn again.
Coming up on the fourth lap, they're on president back, and I get a back, and the back,
it's Jimmy Johnson again for the championship. And now your dog's barking. I think he's freaking out at you.
I just got him all pumped up. He's like NASCAR. Let's go NASCAR, man.
Your dog likes NASCAR, huh? That's funny. That is funny. Wow. I never thought I'd have a day that Stomp a Little would.
I'm sorry, man.
We started yelling about NASCAR.
My inner redneck and checker flag came out. You know what I'm saying? Deliverance is my favorite movie, man.
Man.
Wheel, piggy. Wee. Oh, my goodness.
I love that band.
Number 24 gets the dragon. Jeff Gordon. What about?
Jeff Gordon.
Is there any viewer questions or anything else you guys want us to cover before we cast off tonight?
I'm going to build my new streaming rig. Also, guys,
I'd say you're extremely excited for your new computer. I can't even imagine how you sit here without like exploding with joy.
I know. I'm about to explode in my pants. Okay, maybe not. That's
just
weird.
In my pants.
But I just. There hasn't really been a lot going on in the league community recently in the last week. So it's I feel like maybe next week will be better, and if not next week, the week after that will be a lot better because we're going to be on season 4, and hopefully season 4 actually launches within the next few weeks. I think there's a good chance that it will.
Yeah, the biggest thing is that this show is to provide like information of what's going on in the league world and like updates and prepare you for events and recaps and stuff like that. And this is like a dead time. This is a time of like nothing is happening. You know, it's just it's end of the year. There's no like LCS going on. There's no worlds. It's just like, you know, an off season. That's all. That's all this is. So when there's an off season, obviously there isn't a need for, you know, our information. So it's basically us just hanging out at the moment, going over things, going over Reddit, and, you know, keeping the consistency of the show
just
being
to
every Thursday.
Start the momentum coming up. Yeah, with the consistency of the show. As soon as season 4 kicks off, bam, we're going into gear, and we gonna be taking that left turn just like they do in NASCAR.
Woo!
Woo!
I mean, there'll be the LCS. There's going to be the new Amateur Coke League. There's going to be all kinds of stuff that we need to cover. I mean, you know, there'll be all kinds of longer shows as well. Like the past couple shows, we only had like an hour, 2 hours. You know, but we'll go for as long as the show needs us to go. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So
we will
just bear with us, and we appreciate the support, guys.
Yeah. So make sure you like us on Facebook, facebook.com/beyondthemeta. Follow us on Twitter, twitter.com/beyondthemeta. And favorite our Twitch channel, which you're on right now, but if you're not on it, twitch.tv/beyondthemeta. And we try to get on every single Thursday at 5 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Central, and 8 p.m. Eastern. And we are going to be consistent with that, and we have been, except last week, which I had the flu, but we gave you guys a bonus episode. And we're going to try to turn this into a little network thing going on. So, I mean, I'm excited. We're just trying to kick off the new year right, you know, with Beyond the Meta, and I think we've done a pretty good job so far. And did you want to give something away?
I do have a copy of a game I want to give away.
Which game?
It is. Let's see. Let me grab this here. It is Batman Arkham Origins. Arkham Origins.
Does anybody want Batman Arkham Origins?
If you would like Batman Arkham Origins, then I do have a code that we will give away. If you guys want me to save it for next week or whenever the next show is, that's up to you. In the spirit of competition.
If anybody wants Batman Arkham Origins, speak up. Maybe you can leave it for next week.
Yeah, we'll see. If not, just do me a private message and or whatever the case may be here. I could roll with that. They say
I am Batman. Why would I need Batman Arkham Origins?
Exactly. This is a game that you control Ed in this game.
Right. You control me. That is my suit that I wear in the night. It's my night suit. So, I know it's kind of a misconception that it's about Bruce Wayne, but Bruce Wayne is actually my alter ego.
That's right. I will end the broadcast with the code in the chat. You guys redeem this code at geforce.com/freebatman.
There you go. All you got to do is redeem that code.
geforce.com/freebatman. There you go.
Oh, there's the code, everybody. Everybody jump on the code.
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Yes. Everybody was kung fu fighting over the code. Huh.
Uh-huh. Everybody's like scratched that on the old butler. All right, guys. I'm personally going to get some lunch.
That was awesome. Lunch?
Oh, excuse me. Shoo. Yeah, dinner. I meant to say I was about to sneeze. I had to just throw something out of my mouth.
I'm going to get some lunch.
I'm going to get some dinner and chat with Ed for a minute, and then I'll be putting my personal stream up. So if you guys want to see some solo queue, it's going down.
Well, thanks for jumping on board with us, guys. We'll be back next week on normal time. I'm sorry it was a little bit short again. You know, like I said, there's not much content going on, and we really don't want to give you guys crappy content. So, I mean, as much as we could sit here for another 40 minutes and just talk about nothing, I'd rather talk about something and have you guys at least engaged. So, in the meantime, go play a game of League of Legends, have some fun. But, you know, as always, it was a pleasure broadcasting to you again. I'm going to go build my awesome computer that I just built. And on behalf of me and Stomp a Little, thanks guys for watching. It was really fun. Glad you got to join us. Have a
See you guys.
great night. Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year.
Let's make 2014 an awesome,
Our
awesome
bitch.
year. Yes. 2014's our bitch. Beyond the Meta.
Yeah.
Beyond the Meta 2014. Coming to a theater near you.
Hashtag online.
Hashtag. See you later, guys.